Hello dear students, welcome back. This is Joseline AR and today I am going to continue degrees of comparison. In part 1, I taught you how to convert a comparative degree into positive and positive into comparative. We didn't learn how to convert them into superlative form. Because superlative form comes only when there is a group more than 2. Got it? So when there are only 2 persons or things to be compared, we have only 2 degrees of comparison, positive and comparative. Okay, before moving, let us make a quick review of the previous class. So while converting a positive degree into comparative or comparative into positive, you have to keep some rules in mind. The comparative degree should contain conjunction than, right? And positive degree should have as or so. Between as and or so as, there should be the positive form of the adjective, like as tall as strong as quick as. I think you remember them. And if the comparative form is an affirmative statement, the positive degree should be in negative statement. Vice versa. If comparative is a negative, the positive degree must be affirmative. Okay, let us move on. Look at the board. Mohan is stronger than any other boy. Mohan is stronger than any other boy. Mohan than any other boy. See, we are not comparing Mohan with one boy here, another boy. If that is the case, you cannot have a superlative degree here. Okay, so here Mohan is compared with a group, than any other boy refers to a group here. Okay, so let us convert this into positive degree. See, this comparative is already in affirmative statement. Positive must be compulsory in negative form, right? And remember, as we have any other along with than, along with conjunction than, we have any other. So the positive degree should start with no other. No other boy is as strong as Mohan. No other boy is as strong as Mohan. See, affirmative, affirmative and negative. See the comparative degree and the positive degree. See, we have as and as in positive degree, and between that we have strong. Think you are clear with the comparative and positive. Let us convert the same into superlative. See, Mohan is the strongest boy. See the superlative form here, est form has come, but before that we have used the definite article. Definite article the comes before the est form. Got the point, dear students? And see, you are not supposed to make any changes in the tense. See, is remains as it is in all the 3 cases. Is. Very simple. Got it? As Mohan is not compared to another boy, we have superlative form here. One more example. I am the most celebrated student in the school. I am the most celebrated student in the school. What degree is this? The most celebrated student in the school. The most. Superlative. Isn't it? Let us convert this into comparative form. You write I am. Don't use the. The should be used only in superlative form. I am more celebrated than any other student in the school. I am more celebrated than any other student in the school. See there. When in case of superlative degree, along with than we use any other. And when you use than any other in comparative form, in positive form, I told you, the positive must begin with no other, because comparative degree is already affirmative. So no other student in the school is as celebrated as me. I becomes me. See, am is present tense, is also present tense. You cannot write am here. No other student am is wrong. So no other student in the school is as celebrated as me. See once again the comparative degree, positive degree and superlative degree. Okay, we have used than as it is in comparative, but along with than we have used 2 more words and other. As a result, positive becomes no other. The positive degree should begin with no other. Then superlative degree will have the definite article before the est form or most. Got it? Let us go on. Vikrant was more popular than any other boy in our batch. Vikrant was more popular than any other boy in our batch. So this is comparative degree. Let us convert this into superlative. Vikrant was, don't change the tense I told you. Retain was as it is because it is past tense. Vikrant was the most popular boy in our batch. Vikrant was the most popular boy in our batch. What is the positive form? Positive should start with no other. No other boy in our batch was, you retain the helping word as was as popular as Vikrant. No other boy in our batch was as popular as Vikrant. One more example. No other person in our village is as good as Suresh. No other person in our village is as good as Suresh. I told you in the previous class that all the comparative and superlative form will not have ER and EST forms. Some have more and most, and some will be completely different, like good. In case of good, the comparative form is better and the superlative form is best. So this is a positive degree. See, as and between as we have good. See, no other person in our village is as good as Suresh. Convert this into comparative. Suresh is, what is the comparative of good? Better. Suresh is better than, along with than, any other. Suresh is better than any other person in our village. Than any other person in our village. Superlative is very easy. Suresh is the best person in our village. Suresh is the best person in our village. I am sure these 4 examples are enough. Got it? Let us move on. So this is the second pattern of converting one degree into another degree. Okay, in first pattern we learned how to convert a positive degree into comparative and positive. Second pattern we learned how to convert one form into other 2 forms. There is one more pattern. Okay, see how. Look at the screen. Mohan is one of the strongest boys. I gave the same example in the previous case in the second pattern a few minutes back. I had given Mohan is the strongest boy. You can see here. Mohan is the strongest boy was given. You can see both. Mohan is the strongest boy. I have made some minor changes and I have written Mohan is one of the strongest boys. See, tally, both are superlative. Just tally them, just look at them. Here we have only the strongest, but there we have one of, along with the we have one of. And a boy, the common noun boy, here has become boys there. Please notice the change. Mohan is the strongest boy is also superlative. The one I gave right now, the one you can see in the top is also superlative. Mohan is one of the strongest boys. When that is the case, how to convert that into comparative and positive forms? Please have a look. Mohan is stronger. Mohan is stronger. It's a comparative form, right? Mohan is stronger than, same. But in the place of any other, you write most other. In the previous case, along with than we used any other, but here use most other. Mohan is stronger than most other boys. Okay, most other boys. You see, boy has become boys, and please retain boys as it is. And when we have than most other in comparative form, you don't begin the positive degree with no other. If the comparative form as than any other, you can begin with no other. And as we have here than most other and one of the in superlative form, we have to begin the positive degree with very few, not no other, because few is also a semi-negative word. Okay, very few boys, not boy. That's why I used very few. Very few boys. If there is one boy, you write no other. But there are many boys here. So, very few boys. Is must become are because boys plural. Is becomes are and was becomes were. Here we have is, so are. Very few boys are as strong as Mohan. Not, major changes have been applied here. Just you see, in the place of the we have one of the, and in the place of common noun common noun was singular in the previous case, but here it is plural. And in case of comparative, there we used any other, but here using most other. You can use many other also, and no other in positive degree there in that case, but in this case very few. As simple as that. Okay, so one more example. Let us take the same example what we took in to learn the previous method. Okay, second pattern. See, I had given I am the most celebrated student in the school. I had given this example there. Okay, I am taking the same one, but I make some changes. I am one of the most celebrated students in the school. Look at both. Here only the celebrated, the most celebrated, but there one of the most celebrated, and student here has become students there. Convert this into comparative. It's very easy. I am more celebrated than most other students in the school, not any other, most other students in the school. Common noun should be plural. And positive degree starts with very few. I told you, very few students in the school. The helping verb is am. Convert that into are. Very few students in the school are, because present tense. For is and am, you convert that into are in case of positive degree. Very few students in the school are as celebrated as me. I becomes me. He becomes him. You know it very well. Okay. So one more example. Very few persons in our village are as good as Suresh. Very few persons in our village are as good as Suresh. Okay, how will you convert this into superlative form? It's very simple. Suresh is one of the best persons in our village. One of the best persons in the village. What is the comparative form? Suresh is better than most other persons in our village. See, good, better, best. Positive, comparative, superlative, and see the changes. Okay, so it's very simple. So we have two patterns for converting, for superlative and comparative and positive degree. Okay, so this is the method. In the previous case, in the superlative degree we use only the, but here we have used one of the. Okay, in comparative degree we use than any other, but here we use than most other. In that case, the positive degree begins with no other, but here it begins with very few. Okay, I have displayed both patterns on the screen. You please have a close look at them. I am sure you'll understand. Okay, please have a look at the screen. Look at both the patterns. I have given pattern 2 and pattern 3, all the 4 questions, and see how they have changed. Okay, just have a look at it, a thorough look at it. I am sure you'll understand the concept. Just have a look at the board for a few minutes. And see the pattern of superlative in both the cases, comparative and positive degree. I am sure you'll understand. Hope you might have understood this concept. This is the end of degrees of comparison. You please apply proper rule and convert accordingly. Okay, in first pattern we have only 2 degrees of comparison, and in second and third pattern we have, so you can see second and third pattern we have all the 3 formats, but with some minor changes we have to convert them into other degrees. Please study them well. Watch the video thoroughly. If you're not understood the concept, please watch the video again. I'm sure you'll understand. It's not a tough topic. Okay? I am taking leave. I will be back soon with one more topic. Till then, stay tuned. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you. Bye.